I want to give you data. You tell me yourselves as members of parliament. We are not in these jobs to be popular. We are here to do the right thing, and I will do the right thing. We must sort this thing out. So, Golosh, I am sorting it out. That's what we are trying to do. I wish this gentleman was cooperative in the manner in which the facts are clear to him. And as I told you, Mr. Chairman, I will bring the file to you.
In today's episode, we are going to talk about Dr. Fred Matiangi, the Gen Z's chosen president.
That when we are trying to make a genuine effort, we are being called lords of impunity. That we are making the wrong mistakes and so on and so forth. None of these, even none of them has gone through the facts that we are putting before them. None of them has asked the very basic questions. Now, I've actually lied on oath.
We have been having demonstration all over, as you understand that this government, the current Kenyan government, is totally corrupt. I'm saying this because I know and I felt this. The reason why I'm telling you that this government is so corrupt, like the institutions that are meant to serve Kenyan citizens are really corrupt. I applied for passport. It took 5 good months, almost 6 good months, because I'm telling you the truth, because in Kenya, passport only takes 2 weeks. 2 weeks. It takes 2 weeks. So the reason why I'm saying this is because most government institutions are really corrupt. You have to bribe so that you get something, so that you get the services done. You understand? They will tell you that, okay, we don't have that, because I went there and I told them, like, I need my passport very fast because I was supposed to fly back to Russia in a month time. Then when I told them then I need to fly, then they told me we don't have printing booklets. They told me that they don't have printing booklet. Just imagine how. I'm a Kenyan, and why do you tell me that we don't have printing booklets? In the same time, we pay taxes. The whole government, how? How much does they cost? And you're not getting them for free. We pay. So it's so funny, like why this institution has to behave like this.
Give us 72 hours, you will see a complete change in this whole process. Tumemupi hapa na tumewaambia watu wa ICT wakuja hapa saa hii. Hakuna mtu anaenda nyumbani. Tuorganize kitu, tuliorganize it properly. We get the National Youth Service personnel to assist us here so that the delivery of service is faster. We will work on this all, we will supervise it. I will be here myself tomorrow and I will be here again Monday. Mpaka hii kitu inyoke kabisa, the service is given to people properly. Asante sana.
Like 10 years ago, things used to work very smoothly. So during the period or the era of Matiang'i, he was the super CS. So mostly people describe him as outspoken, bulldozer, and a go-getter, a guy who makes things work. Understand? He's a guy who makes things work. He's a no-nonsense super CS.
Here is the first time we have actually seen something, because he's coming here. The place is even cleaner than it usually is. Mine is from April. This thing went digital. How is it that from April I don't have a birth certificate?
Our reputation is not going to be messed up because some people don't want to do their work. Tumekubaliana nayo.
Deploy from tomorrow.
And you know, we do it in all places. Hii huko Teleposta na kule kwingine. Wananchi wanateswa na watu. Tunalipa pesa na alafu tunatesa wananchi. No, people come, they queue indefinitely, they don't know when they are going to leave. Nini inajulikana itafanyika. We can't work like that. Na hii mahali, the brokers have made this a job. Iti wanakuja hapa kuitisha hawa watu pesa ili wasaidiwe. Why should people be paying to be supported?
Hiyo nitamaliza.
Yeah. Hakuna na hakuna, tumekubaliana.
You understand? He makes things work. That's why this generation loves him. However much he appears to be a dictator, but that's how things should work. When he was Minister of Education,
This one we bought and distributed them as government from Nairobi centrally We did not send the money for these ones to be bought by the head teachers. These ones we distributed them centrally ourselves.
So every school across
Every school across the country has got this. You walk to any class in standard 1 and standard 2 class in the country, the ratio is 1-to-1. Look at them. Each one of these kids has got a textbook. 1-to-1. Everyone has got a textbook. And we distributed them. So when people are telling me that we cannot distribute the books, they are not, honestly, they are not sincere.
This is what you're saying cost 300 million shillings.
Yes.
And what was the previous budget for?
The budget we were given for this was 600 million. When we worked on this, we spent less than 300 million. We saved over 50% of what we were told it was going to cost us to do this. And most importantly, the books are in the schools. You can see they're in the schools. Every child has a...
We saw a really good number of, like, there was no malpractices. The exam results came out in 1 week, something that always takes 3 months. You understand? It's so strange that the results will take 3 months to come back. But when he entered the power, he showed us the importance of ICT, like the migration from the migration into the digital world. So, like, how do you tell me that I have a computer and the only things that I need to do we have the softwares that I use, then you tell me that when the exam is done, it will take 3 months for people to analyze the results and come up with the certificate and everything. His took only 1 week. So when he was the Minister of Interior.
As we speak right now, as I speak to you right now, we have a National Police Reserve in some parts of North Rift. There has never been a time we have withdrawn National Police Reserves from North Rift or any part of the country. What happens in the security sector all the time is reviews are done from time to time, depending on the needs, what is needed in a particular area. And in most cases, consultations are done, even with the local groups.
You know what happened? The passport used to work. Like, people used to get passports in time. Like, passports you only take 24 hours. You go, it's printing. And birth certificates, birth certificate, they used to say that, okay, you submit your documents and after that it takes 2 weeks. Like, you have a computer, you have a printer, you just key in things. Like, he brought some sense into the system.
I frankly don't like spending time commenting on some of these flippant and petty political things, because a lot of people lie all the time. Some of them now lie like a career. It's like that's what they went to school to be trained. You saw those lies yesterday. People lying, they lie about anything. They can't tell you anything. Probably the only truth about them is their name. They lie all the time. It's saying things that don't exist. And partly also, by the way, people would do better if they did their job. Because if they attended the meetings they're supposed to attend, if they sought briefs from the people they're supposed to be briefed, they will be briefed effectively, instead of now going to embarrass themselves in that kind of manner where you say things that don't exist. And ask yourself the question, how do police officers, especially senior police officers who are managing the security sector, feel when they see their leader lying?
Because you get things and you make it work, you understand? So the reason why Kenyan genz, they really loved this guy, because he used to work smart.
You see, we are unfortunate that we have a brand of leaders. I told you earlier that the narrative we need to be discussing about the future of our country is how we handle corruption and how we create an integrity system of managing our country so that the resources God has given us can benefit our children and our children's children.
First of all, he's educated. He's educated guy. He was a lecturer in the US. And he's very educated. And once he take a task, he ensured that that thing is implemented.
And I have to say this, because again, this is another aspect of our society. In a country where these days we hardly go through a day without being reminded about regions, who comes from what region and what region is important, what region should own government, and so on and so forth.
And people used to love him. We used to get things, like things used to change. But now we have education. It's collapsed. Now we have the interior collapsed. Because why? Because people are not doing, people are not working, people are not giving out the services that they're supposed to give. Instead, they want to earn salary and they don't want to work. So this is the biggest problem. I really, really feel it for the Kenyans. And that's why they want Matiang'i to be the next president.
If you are serving 200 people a day, wewe bana, sisi si washenzi hivyo vile unafikiria. If you are serving 200 people a day, why do you have a backlog back April last year?
Yes.
Why? Nairobi is here.
Okay, no.
You can even call your boss.
Okay, majority of the people have read that.
To me, I really want things to work. I really want a smooth system. I really want a place where you go to any government institution and you're treated as a citizen, because those people are supposed to work for you. In that you go there, you get what you want. Like last time I went to look for KRA pin for a group. Imagine I want to pay tax, but they asked me to give them money to like so that they can produce the pin very fast. They can print it. Just printing. They tell me we will, like, you have to give us something so that we do this thing very fast. These people are really, and they were just seated around drinking tea and making stories. They don't even care. You understand? These government officers are rotten. I'm telling you.
Why haven't you given them the certificate? That's what I'm asking you. From April, why haven't you given them the birth certificate? You are telling us you serve 200 people.
That's from this year.
You need to come and sit here one day. Tutafute watu wa kufanya kazi hapa. Hii ni ile mchezo ya kawaida ile. Mtakwenda mfanye mahali mtaka.
When I lived in Russia, things used to work very smooth. Like, you go to any department you go, they're telling you, okay, submit your documents, come back after two weeks or after 1 week. Even before a week, you will receive a notification. Your document is ready. Come and pick it. Very smooth like that. You don't need to walk around, bribe and do whatever. The system works for itself. Why do you think that Matiang'i would be your next president? Do you trust him? Thank you for watching and see you in my next video.